Hey guys, this is a quick update. I did get the shrimp, but I just want to quickly talk about the discus tank real quick. Um, so I just did a water change, so it's not usually this clean, but I'm still getting like a ton of problems with like algae, and I'm not quite sure. I think I just need to add more plants, so I did add some of this dwarf water lettuce, some of it here. Not sure where the other one went. This is from the shrimp tank. There's some extras I put in here. So I'm gonna start adding a lot of like I also have a little bit of culture of the what's that thing called? Um, yeah, just fast growing plants. Sorry, duckweed. So I'm gonna put some duckweed in here also. See if that once I get a better culture of that. So the fish are doing fine. This one did have darker um this leopard did have darker fins before, so he was kind of stressed out. So I'm not sure why he was stressed out. So one thing is that this tank is definitely a little bit too small for 5 discus. I totally agree now. So it's a 40-gallon tank, and the idea is that you should keep 1 discus per 10 gallon. I don't actually, it should probably be closer to 1 discus for 15 gallons or 12 gallons. Um, so, and onto the update. So the shrimp tank, I got the shrimp. So I got 15, but he gave me 17. One of them were dead on arrival. Either that or I smashed it when I grabbed the bag. I'm not sure. So I got 16 Bloody Mary cherry shrimp or red shrimp, Neocardina. So I've been there. So this is the second day they're in here, and also obviously, so I think they're doing pretty well. So I like the scape. Obviously, I don't like the white fungus that's on the wood. I need to clean that up. That should eventually go away by itself. But obviously, it's gonna take some time for it to go away by itself. The shrimp are primarily on the filter on the back. So back there, there's some on the ground. There's right here in the foreground. I actually love this kind of setup at the moment. I think I do need to bring some more of the plants up to the front. The cat's like obviously trying to hog the video. And this king complete. Make sure she doesn't eat that. Food just came today. So I'm not. So this is one pellet, so it comes in pellet form. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it in half, and then okay, yeah, I get her. And then I'm gonna cut that in half again as well. So let's just cut it in half real quick. This is gonna be 1 second. Okay. So I think yeah, I don't need to cut it in half again. So I'm just gonna put this in there real quick and see. Okay, so it's gonna drop down. So I'm not sure how much I should feed. So it's gonna drop that in there. Just talk about the tank a little bit since the last update. So one day they've been here for 1 day, and so far there isn't a shrimp in the other side. So this side is clean. I like this side a lot more, obviously because it doesn't have the mold, and the moss is doing. I think it's doing really well. Just without obviously it doesn't have the mold to deal with. I think the mold is actually the not mold, sorry, the fungus from the driftwood is actually kind of affecting the moss a little bit in this side. Um, so that yeah, this soon. So far so good. Obviously the shrimp are not. The divider is working pretty well. A lot of the shrimp actually sometimes hang on the divider to eat the biofilm. So the food is right. Where the hell did the food go? Oh, I think it's right on that rock. I believe it's on that rock. Yeah, we'll see. So the shrimp haven't gone to it yet, but it's only been a couple. This is the second day that they're here, so in the tank. So since the update, added some dwarf water lettuce, equal amounts on both sides. Also, the shrimp came with some not Java moss or Christmas moss, which I stuck in here. The rock is still there, obviously. I think this is still needs time for it to waterlog. And yeah, so that's kind of the update on that. I think the shrimp are doing pretty well. Hopefully they eat that food. Um, the other thing is, so I'm gonna just monitor these shrimps for about a week, and then after that, I'll start looking to get the blue dreams for the side. Because obviously this side is empty, and I'd love to have something in there. Because I think it's a pretty nice scape for shrimp. And just going back to this side to look at the shrimp a little bit more. Yeah, so in terms of placement of stuff, I put all the plants in the back. So most of the shrimp are actually in the back, which kind of obviously, except for that guy, he's up there. It's not ideal. So that all of those plant bundles in the back, the dwarf or the guppy grass, I might move like right there, so that it's a little bit more visible and they actually come forward a little bit. And obviously, there's no way I can move the filter, so the filter is always back there, and the shrimp are back there. So also, I got 16 shrimp. I got it for around $40. So 40 divided by 16 is like it's like two. Wait, not two. It's like three, like 370 or something, 350 or something like that. So it's a pretty decent deal for 16 shrimp. 360, is that correct? Three times. No, a little under $3 for each one. And these are Bloody Marys. And I didn't want to. So, in terms of grading of the shrimp, there's Bloody Marys and then there's Plaintive Fire Reds. I didn't want to get the Painted Fire Reds, which is a little bit higher grade in terms of color intensity, or because they're a little bit. I feel like they're a little bit too dark. Um, Cherry shrimp, the generic ones that you get at your local pet store for really cheap, I think they're a little bit too light. I think I like these Bloody Marys because it's like it's not like a deep red, but it's kind of like a bright red, which is kind of what I was looking for. Um, and I think it's the same for the Blue Dream too. When I get the Blue Dreams, so it might not be the Blue Dreams. There's like I think like they're calling velvets or something like that, or something velvets. So I might get a little bit lower grade than the highest grade, just because the deep dark blue. That is nice, and you will probably get some of the velvets, but I like that kind of bright blue, if that makes sense. If you think a lot of the RGB scale, it's kind of like the brightest of that scale. It's still no, a dark blue is still obviously blue, but you just don't get that intensity, that kind of pop to the colors that you know. While it's supposed to be definitely supposed to be a better. Oh, so okay, so there's a shrimp right there. I think he kind of found it. I think that's the food. That's the food right there. So one of the shrimp is on it. So hopefully eventually they'll find it. I might have to. Yeah, we'll see. I might put a dish or something like that so that they know that's there. But then this is a kind of a small tank. Each tank size this is a 20 gallon, so each size is 10 gallons, which isn't huge, but which isn't also that small as well. So there's one of them. I get a better camera too. So it's not. This is on the phone. It's not quite that good. There's another one right there. Another one right there. One up there. So there should be 16 in here, and I'm just gonna monitor it pretty closely over the next week or so to make sure that I didn't get any unexpected deaths or anything, which will tell me that my water quality isn't that great. And in terms of just how I acclimated the shrimp, I did temperature acclimation, and then I did a slow TDS acclimation, because I think the TDS that came with the shrimp, or the bag that came with was like at 180. I'm more at like at 120, 115. So I kind of just slowly added water in there to bring it back up closer to like probably like 200 or something, and then I just dumped all the shrimp into the tank. So that's the update. Um, gotta monitor them for the next week, and then after that, I'll look to buy 10 or 15 Blue Dreams or Velvets or whatever to call, and add it to this tank there. Oh, hope everyone's doing well, and talk to you later.